Hey, we're at Green Canyon tonight for the final Valley Channel game of the week of the decade. That's right, last one of the year, last one of the decade. It's been a great decade, great year for Valley sports. And tonight it's Bonneville at Green Canyon. Both of these teams aggressive. They like to get up and down the court. They like to play tough defense. And really, we could see some interesting tempo tonight. Could be a very up-tempo game. For Green Canyon, they were first in the region last year. Great season by the Wolves. They ended up losing in the quarterfinals by 2. This year, they average almost 10 three-pointers per game, and they have 4 players that score in double figures, averaging double figures in each game. They got one of the top three-point shooters in 4A as well on their side. So it could be a really interesting game tonight in North Logan. It's Green Canyon and Bonneville coming up next on the Game of the Week.
Experience the cutting-edge design from the world's best-selling in-home fitness brand, the Power 995i Treadmill from Proform. With an included 6-month membership to iFit, you gain access to an extensive library of exercise videos. Pick your trainer and destination and follow along from your personal tablet through stunning locations all around the world. Follow your trainer as your machine automatically adjusts the speed and incline, transporting you to your chosen destination. Driven by the dynamic 3.0 continuous horsepower motor, packing enough power to get you to your fitness goals. With a push of a button, adjust the speed all the way up to 12 miles an hour, and just as quickly adjust the incline between 0 and 12%. Keep track of your stats, from distance covered to calories burned, on the high-contrast 6-inch display, and remain comfortable for longer with the ProShocks cushioning system. Run smoothly and naturally on the large 20 by 60-inch deck. Stay cool and fresh with the Cool Air workout fan. Plug your device into the audio auxiliary port or pair it to your machine via Bluetooth and enjoy the crystal clear audio delivered through the dual 2-inch Bluetooth speakers. Track your heartbeat with the conveniently placed in-handle EKG grips. At Proform, we stand behind our products. The treadmill comes with a lifetime frame and motor warranty, 3-year parts and 1-year labor warranty. Take the first step in your fitness journey today with the Power 995i Treadmill from Proform.
Well, Coach, new year, things keep marching on. I saw a quote by you in a preview somewhere that said, you talked about how you've lost that crew that helped open up the school and start the program out with you, and now you turn it over to a new group. Can you talk about that just a little bit, losing those guys that were so successful over a couple of years, and then this new crew coming up?
Yeah, I think our program owes a lot to that crew that graduated last year. They were a big part of what we were doing for 2 years, both years. We played a lot of juniors 2 years ago, and then obviously they were seniors last year. And just I feel like they got our program off to a fantastic start. They helped build the identity that I wanted us to build. I was hopeful we would build in the fact that we play really fast, we play really hard, and we play the right way. We share the ball, and we're really fortunate to have that group. A lot of they were awesome to coach and really fun to coach. And yeah, we're starting a new group now. We've early in the year you could see it was kind of a struggle, mixing and some new guys in and trying to figure out how to play together. And I feel like we've hopefully turned a corner the last maybe 4 or 5 games where we've started to play really well. I really like how we're playing right now, and they've kind of just I think taken on that identity that was built by that graduating group from last year, and we're playing well.
You guys will let it fly. You're averaging about 10 made three-pointers per game as a team, and you got 2 of the top 10 three-point shooters in 4A on your team in the DeBoard brothers.
Yeah, it's certainly that's our identity. That's what we like to do, and that's just personnel based. It's just we have guys that can do it, so that's how we're going to play. But a lot of that comes back to the fact that we've got guys that will share the ball. They make the extra pass. We've got guys and we've got good shooters that pass up a good shot for a better shot. And when the ball's moving for us, we look really good. And yeah, I'm blessed to have a lot of really good shooters, so it's nice.
Bonneville plays aggressively, defensively. How do your guys adjust to that?
Yeah, Bonneville, they were probably the most like fundamentally sound defensive team that maybe will play on our schedule. Coach Bollinger does a really good job of coaching defense, and what we're hoping to do, and it's going to be a challenge, is just we have to get by them off the dribble to create some help and then some kick opportunities. But we've preached that's not going to happen on a first pass. It may not happen on a second or third pass. We've got to move the ball and hopefully get them scrambling so that we can get to our dribble drive game, which then we can finish at the rim or hit some kick threes.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Say the word base. Say the word mess.
Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
At Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, we believe in a very thorough hearing test. Do you hear ringing noises? Does any member of your family have hearing loss? Do you have frequent or severe headaches? Any numbness in your face or fingertips? Do loud sounds hurt your ears? Were you in the military? Have you ever had your hearing tested before?
No, I have not.
Say the word mousetrap. Say the word baseball. Say the word airplane. Say the word cowboy. It also told us if you had a cold, I was able to make the words in English.
Threshold ranges. What are all the rest of the...
Okay.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years. Hello and welcome to the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel tonight. Green Canyon hosting Bonneville. We're in the Den in North Logan, home of the Wolves, on a festive pre-Christmas evening. I'm Eric Olson. I'll be with you all night and all season on the Game of the Week of the Valley Channel as we wind out the decade here, the last game of the week of the teens decade, from 2010 to 2019. We'll be back again after the new year, but tonight it's Bonneville and Green Canyon, a Green Canyon team that can get up and down the court, that can fire away, and they can play some pretty good defense too, and defense is the calling card for Bonneville. Bonneville plays tough defense, and they will really try to slow down this Green Canyon attack. You heard Coach McClure just a few minutes ago talking about what they're going to try to do against the Bonneville Lakers. Both of these teams coming in, Bonneville at 4-4 and Green Canyon at 4-3. We're going to take a quick timeout, come back and talk a little bit more about tonight's matchup and have the opening tip. You're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Over the period of time, my hearing became worse and worse.
Over the course of the years, I developed a hearing loss, and I would not be able to hear my employees talk to me sometimes.
For Paul Dayton's and Cache Valley's integrity, his character, his background, his equipment, I would recommend him to anyone for a hearing aid specialist.
Wendy's is saying thanks for making the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger America's #1 bacon cheeseburger by giving you more of what you love. Introducing Wendy's Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. Double the beef, double the bacon, and now it comes in a giant meal for $5 with nuggets, fries, and a drink. There's absolutely nothing junior about it, except the price. Get Wendy's $5 Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger meal before it's gone.
So, you bought your computer from one of those big box stores, or online, and now it's really slow, or just not working right.
Target acquired.
PCs Unlimited can fix it. Fixing computers is what we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. Service, repair, diagnostics, networking, upgrades, system and data recovery, all your computer needs. Our prices are low, and our customer service is the best. You won't get help from the big box or online. Come see the professionals at PCs Unlimited.
The national anthem here at Green Canyon. Bonneville coming in at 4-4 on the season. Their Region 5, 5A Green Canyon is 4-3. Region 11 of 4A. Bonneville coming off a 61-58 loss to Skyview on Tuesday. Jordan City leads this team at 14 points per game. The Lakers have wins over Clearfield, Roy, Ben Lomond, and Ogden, with losses to Logan, Skyview, Northridge, and Weber. Matt Tesh, a 6'2 junior, averages 8 points per game. And he'll start for the Lakers, along with Luke Dixon, a 5'9 junior, also averaging 8 points per game.
Number 23.
Caleb Nielsen, the junior, gets the start. Number 23, Jordan City, the junior, 14 points per game. And Jerem Strait at 6'7", 6 points per game, will man the middle. Bonneville's coached by Kyle Bullinger. For the Wolves, on ugly sweater night, Cade DeBoard, a 6' sophomore, 16 points per game, one of those 4 double-digit scores.
Number 20, 6'1".
Carter Maughan is 6'1". He's a senior. He averages 11 points per game. Those two, McKay Jorgensen, a 6' senior, 12 points per ball game for number 21. Their size comes in the form of Caleb Robeson. Robeson is 6'6". He's a senior, 5 points per game. Rounding out the starting five, Cole DeBoard, the 6'2" senior, 11 points per game. Number 44 was in the rotation at Skyview last year. And now he and his brother Cole are here. Cole and Cade, that's Cole. His brother Cade is here with him at Green Canyon, and they're both in the top 10 in three-pointers made in 4A. They brought a scoring punch with them. Strait and Robeson getting set to tip it off. 13 feet of fun right there, standing on the Wolf's head. Mon grabs the opening tip, races to the bucket, and gets 2 points in the first 3 seconds. Here come the Lakers. It's taken away by DeBoard. Jorgensen goes back up top to Cade DeBoard. DeBoard in three-point country finds Cole DeBoard. Now back to Jorgensen, and he'll set things up. High post angle to DeBoard. Hands it back off to Cade DeBoard. Here's Jorgensen to the rim. Left hand, got it, and he'll go to the line. You see the headband on Jorgensen. When these teams were out here warming up, there was about 7 of them wearing headbands. He smacked heads with one of his teammates in practice earlier this week. Cut his eye open. They, instead of stitching it shut, they glued it shut. And they said, you got to keep that thing dry. Well, I guess he's a prolific sweater as he makes the free throw. So he's trying to figure out a way, and the foul is going to be on Jorgensen. They were trying to figure out a way to keep that glue dry. So he decided to try the headband, and he had the headband on, and during warm-ups, most of the rest of the team was wearing headbands in solidarity with Jorgensen. He picks up the foul after the three-point play. And Bonneville trails 5-0. We've played just over a minute, and they're looking to get on the board. To the rim, the layup from the left side is good for Tesh. DeBoard steps back, short, rebounded by Tesh. Tesh looks ahead for Dixon, but keeps it. Now in the corner, three-pointer on the way, is too long. Carter Mon rebounds the miss by Nielsen. Down low, Jorgensen is surrounded, so he kicks it back out front to Mon. DeBoard didn't see it coming, and it's a turnover. Each team with a turnover, 5-2. Green Canyon leads Bonneville with 6:10 to play in the first quarter. Bonneville's still trying to get the ball across the timeline. They barely beat the clock. City passes it over, then it's turned over. Mon leaves it for Jorgensen. 3 on the way from DeBoard. Too hard, rebounded by Strait. Here's the bump out front. Cade DeBoard, the sophomore, is going to pick up the foul. Tesh drew the harm. And they'll trigger inbounds underneath. Dixon will do the honors. Out to City. Down low they go to Strait. Strait, nothing doing, so he kicks it out, and the short corner jumper won't go. DeBoard with a nice block out of the big man Strait, but somehow Strait ends up with it. Bonneville getting their hands on the loose ball, and City fires up a long 3. It's short, rebounded by Mon. Jorgensen on the left side, now goes up top to DeBoard. Cade DeBoard behind the back, get it back, put it up, won't go. Oh, baby. That would have been a heck of a play by the sophomore. He'll go to the line after drawing the foul. The foul was on straight. And Cade DeBoard misses the first free throw. DeBoard wasting no time at the free throw line. Steps in, hits one of two, 6-2, Green Canyon. City looks at a three, drives into trouble. Hands it back for the little floater. More of a push shot by Tesh that won't go, and it's rebounded out of there. DeBoard hands it to Jorgensen. And now Mon comes to get it. Hands it back to Cade DeBoard. Cade DeBoard 3, Cole DeBoard 44. Cole DeBoard with the ball. Down low. The Wolves get on the board again. That's Carter Mon, he's got 4. It's 8-2 Green Canyon. Nielsen looking for help. It's swatted out of there by Robeson as Tesh turned around into trouble. City will throw in bounds, standing at the end of the Green Canyon bench. Straight finds Dixon. Nielsen back out to Dixon. City waiting for Cutters. He's got Nielsen behind a screen. Nielsen down the lane. Lay it up, off balance, won't go. Rebound fought for. Nielsen comes back up with it. Dixon, 3 ball. Too hard, rebound Bonneville. Back-to-back offensive rebounds, and Dixon sets it up again. 3:40 to play in the first period. 8-2 Green Canyon. Nielsen tries to spin back in the middle. Good D by Jorgensen. The 3 by the big won't go. Sneaking in is Tesh for the rebound. Now Robeson finally gets his hands on it, and he's fouled. That's going to be on Tesh, his first. Three team fouls on Bonneville. DeBoard backs up for a 3 straight away. Too hard, rebound tracked down by Nielsen. He'll give it off to City, and here come the Lakers. 3 minutes to play in the first period. City shaking, baking, but nothing there for him. All the way to the rim with the left hand goes Nielsen, and Robeson comes up with the board. Stolen away by City. He kicks it out to Nielsen. Good closeout defense by Jorgensen. Dixon's going to try the middle. Little scoop shot is good. 8-4 Green Canyon. Under 2.5 to play in the first period. Both teams having a little bit of trouble finding the range. Mon with 4 points. Gives it off to Cade DeBoard. Long 3. Got it. DeBoard with 4 points, the first 3 of the ball game, and it's 11-4 Green Canyon. Here's a foul as Mon bumped into Nielsen. Mon came at Nielsen like he was shot out of a cannon, and Nielsen, instead of keeping going up the court, stopped and went horizontal, and Mon ran into him. Nathan Burdett into the ball game right now for Bonneville. Jordan Alder in the pink shoes comes in for Green Canyon. Lundeen's in there as well, number 24. Rebound knocked away by Lundeen. Lundeen out front to Jorgensen. Jorgensen, pull-up jumper from the free throw line, won't go. Rebound attempt by Robeson, and he knocks it out of bounds. Laker ball, trailing 11-4. 90 seconds to play in the first period. Here at Green Canyon. Dixon across the timeline. Green Canyon trying to trap. City, 3, got it. Four-point Green Canyon lead at 11-7 as we approach the 1-minute mark of this first quarter. Lundeen finds DeBoer. DeBoer looks into Robeson, and he walked. He leaned back to try to find the defender on his hip, and the defender had backed off, and he shuffled his feet as he lost balance, and it's a turnover, the second one of the game for Green Canyon. Under a minute to play now, a 4-point Green Canyon lead. The City throws to Dixon into the front court. Here's Tesh. Leaves it off. Defender up in the air. Shot won't go, and Lundeen comes out of there with it. Lundeen's been aggressive on the boards. And Jorgensen looks to the bench, and Coach McClure says one shot. Well, he's going to hold for one. Now McClure calls the play with 20 seconds to play in the quarter. Mon will hold. Back to Jorgensen. Jorgensen down the middle, out to Alder, back to Jorgensen. Short corner jumper won't go. Rebound tapped out by Lundeen. Dixon has it. No shot, and we go to the second quarter with Green Canyon leading Bonneville 11-7. You're watching the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Back at Green Canyon, Eric Wilson along with you as the Wolves lead the Lakers 11-7 as we just get ready to start this second quarter. Ugly sweater night here. And the cheerleading squad, the cheer and stunt squad, they got the ugly sweaters going. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Green Canyon comes in 4-3, wins over Judge, Star Valley, Century, which is up in the Boise area, Ogden, and losses to Box Elders, a very good 5A team, Roy, and Middleton, another team up in the Boise area. They lost to Middleton by 2. Those were in the Preston tournament, those games against Middleton and Century. We start the second quarter. City handles for the Lakers. And Bonneville trails 11-7. Neither team shooting the ball particularly well. They go inside to Straight, and he rolls it over the lip.
Jerem Straight for 2.
Jerem Straight with his first points of the game. Coldeboard back into the ball game. He rested there at the end of that first quarter. And he'll go to work. Spins to his right, turns, fires, hits. 13-9 Green Canyon as they bring out a trapping defense. City finds Tesh. Tesh kicks it back to Straight. Straight cleared out with that left hand, and they caught him. That's an offensive foul on Jerem Strait, his second. And it's a turnover, the third for Bonneville. Boston Bauer replaces Strait. Bauer, number 33, averaging a bucket a game at 6 feet tall. He's a junior, only one senior on this Bonneville team. It's a young team. Here's a foul on Bonneville. It's going to be on Tesh. That's his second. Tyler Hancock's the only senior on this Bonneville team, and he's not playing tonight. Not out there, not sure why. I didn't hear from the coaches, not sure if he's injured, but Dixon was the region defensive player of the year last year. Number 4 for Bonneville. He's keeping an eye on Carter Mon, who has the ball right now. Mon. Alder to DeBoard. Mon's in the corner. Passes up the 3, goes behind his back. DeBoard, jab step, fire, and hit. DeBoard with the triple, and it's 16-9 Green Canyon. 2 minutes gone here in this second quarter. High post thrown away by Burdette. Burdette was looking in the corner for Dixon, and Dixon wasn't there. Mon will throw into Cade DeBoard. So Cade and Cole DeBoard back on the court together, joining Lundeen, Jorgensen, and Carter Mon. Lundeen hands it off to DeBoard. Here's Jorgensen. Jorgensen working on Dixon, passes it back out to DeBoard. DeBoard, Jorgensen, firing the 3, hitting the 3. Now the 3 ball dropping for the Wolves. Timeout Bonneville, as Green Canyon's built a 10-point lead, 19-9 with 5:34 to play here in this first half. Bonneville was 17-7 last year. They were second in Region 5. 9-3 their record. They lost to Bear River by 1 in the 5A semifinals. Dixon, Hancock, and City all played last year. When I talk about Dixon, it was actually Hancock that was the Region 11 Defensive Player of the Year last year. That was the 4A. They were actually 4A last year. They're 5A this year. They've changed up the regions. Cole DeBoard's hit a 3-pointer already tonight. He had 6 threes against Middleton and 20 points in that game. His brother Cade had 8 3-pointers in a game against Judge earlier this season. Nielsen finds a streaking Burdette, who lays it up and in. Lundeen quickly the other way. Burdette cuts him off. Lundeen up and under, he walked. Lundeen had such a good year as a football player, as the quarterback. Put in that role late in the preseason, well, just before the season started. The way they were playing him toward the end of the season, I wondered if he had a little bit of an injury. They weren't using him as much as we'd seen him used through the season, but he looks all right out there now. Just a junior, he'll be back next year. He was one of the leading rushers in 4A. Dixon walked. Oh, they're going to call a foul. Bumped by DeBoard. He got Lundeen in the air, then drove by him, and DeBoard picks up the foul. Cole DeBoard with his first. 4 team fouls on Green Canyon, 5 on Bonneville, as Bonneville takes Bauer and Burdett out of the game. Straight comes back in, along with Nielsen. So Nielsen, Tesh, Dixon, and Straight. Here's Mon off the steal. The run out. Won't go, but he'll go to the line as City fouls him for his first. It's 5 turnovers now for Bonneville. 4:46 to play here in this first half. 19-11. Green Canyon with the lead. Their largest lead's been 10. 2 for 3 from the free throw line for Green Canyon in the early going. Bonneville's yet to go to the stripe as Mon hits the first. Mon hits them both. He's got 6 points. And it's 21-11 Green Canyon. Dixon holds. He's working on Brady Smith, who's in there, number 23 for Green Canyon. City looking for an opening, can't find one, gives off to Nielsen. Good defense by Smith. He tries to turn inside. DeBoard's there. Tesh with the 3 straight away. And Cade DeBoard with the rebound. Jorgensen back out to DeBoard. DeBoard fakes the 3 inside. Now back out to Mon. Draw and kick for Green Canyon. DeBoard behind his back. Friendly bounce. And it's a 12-point Green Canyon lead. 3.5 to play in the half. City looks low to Straight. Now he's got him against Jorgensen. Straight leans in, hits the deck. He'll go to the line. They're going to call it on Smith, who came in to help. And the first free throws of the night for Bonneville come at the 3:26 mark of the first half. Straight gets 2. Straight connects on both free throws. Back to a 10-point lead for Green Canyon. Mon to DeBoard. DeBoard. Mon tries to drive around Straight. Corner 3 from Jorgensen. Rims out. Rebounded by Tesh. Tesh to Dixon in the corner to Nielsen. Nielsen works on Jorgensen. Smith's there to help with the double, so the handoff to City. City gets by Smith to the rim. City with 5. He's their leading scorer, averages 14 a game. 23-15 Green Canyon. 2:40 to play in the half. DeBoard kicks out to Mon. Mon to the middle, has it blocked. Out front, City leaks out, lays it up, hits it. City barely had time to catch that, figure out where he was, and just throw it at the rim. 23-17 now. It was a 12-point lead. It's down to 6 for Green Canyon. Jorgensen works on Dixon, turns in and scores. 8 for Jorgensen. 2 minutes to play in the half. 25-17 Green Canyon. Robinson getting set to check in as Straight turns and hits. They sagged off Straight, so he said, oh, I can shoot that. And he did. Not only did he shoot it, he can hit it. Any player can shoot any shot. It's the hitting it that's the big deal. 25-19. DeBoard. 3 won't go. He's got 1 3-pointer. Does Cade DeBoard. Nielsen, left side layup. rolls around and out. He'll go to the line. And that's going to be another foul on Brady Smith, his second. Six team fouls on Green Canyon, 6 on Bonneville. And Caleb Nielsen goes to the line, the junior. Misses the first. One more for Nielsen. Crawls that one over the front of the rim. And the whistle blows and it's a timeout. Bonneville. 25-20 our score, a 30-second timeout for the Lakers. As Bauer and Burdett get set to check in after the timeout for Bonneville. 1:28 to play here in this first half. Bonneville 5A, Region 5, and the Wolves have Green Canyon, Region 11 of 4A. We talked about those three-pointers and how Cade DeBoard had 8 in that game against Judge. He had 26 points in that game. If you look at their three-point breakdown, the first game of the season, they only hit 4. Against Roy, they hit 6. Against Judge, they hit 14. Against Middleton, they hit 10. Star Valley, they hit 16. Against Century, 6. And against Ogden, 10. Cade DeBoard had 5 in that game. That's 66 three-pointers made, 9.4 per game. Cade DeBoard is second in 4A in threes made. He makes 3.5 per game. Cole DeBoard is 7th. He makes 2.5 per game. I keep bringing that up because you expect the three ball to go down. They've hit 3 here in this first half. They look low to Robinson, and we've got a foul. And they're going to call it on Burdett. And that's going to be team foul number 7, so Robinson will go to the line. One and one for Robinson, he misses. So it remains a 5-point lead for Green Canyon. Bonneville with the ball. City's got 7 points. Fires that one up, no good. Rebounded by Jorgensen. Under a minute to play as Jorgensen crosses the timeline. Mon steps into a long 3. 9 for Carter Mon. And it's back out to an 8-point advantage for Green Canyon. Nielsen decides not to give it to City. He goes to Bauer. Bauer across the middle. Dixon fires the 3. Won't go. Rebounded by Cade DeBoard. 20 seconds to play in the half. Coach McClure says slow it down. Jorgensen holds. Stands on the Wolf logo with 9 seconds. Working against Dixon. Jorgensen to the rim. Tripped up. Down he goes. He's got free throws. Both teams in the bonus. Jorgensen with 1 and 1. He's got a headband to keep the sweat out of the cut on his eye. He's wearing some wrap on his right hand. He just fell down and his leg hurts. He's a walking bruise. Jorgensen averages 12 points per game. He's got 8, now 9. He and Carter Mon leading the way with all scorers with 9 points. Jorgensen's got a chance to get into double figures before the half. And he does. 10 for Jorgensen to lead all scorers. 2 seconds, 1 second. Nielsen at the buzzer, won't go. And the Wolves take a 10-point lead into the locker room, 30-20 over Bonneville. As we head to the half, you're watching the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
Dr. Daines, I suppose, along with everybody else in my age group, I am now getting bombarded on a daily basis, it seems, in the mail with hearing aid advertisements coming through the mail. I don't know if you... Really, I just throw them away, because I would say if I needed a hearing aid, here is where I'd come to see you. Are people in danger with these things? I mean, are you going to get a product that's legitimate? Are you dealing with real people, or is it a scam?
You usually get a product that's a decent product, but is it fit for you? Everybody's a little bit different, and we want to be able to have you come in and find out what works best for your individual needs. Some of these hearing aids that you can buy through the mail are not really anything but amplifiers. They turn things up, but simply not turning things up, that doesn't solve the problem. We need to personalize the hearing aid to your individual loss and make it so what frequencies need to be boosted are boosted and those that don't need to be boosted aren't.
So just turning up the volume on something isn't actually going to fix the problem?
It does not. No, we need to make it so it matches exactly what your hearing is.
I had no idea it was that complicated because, on the street, people might think, yeah, I can send a wave for one and it's generic and it'll work for everybody, but that really isn't the case.
It really isn't. And you also see a lot of times advertisements that say, come in for our free trial. We're offering a trial research and come and give us your opinion on this hearing aid and we'll give you a discount. We're doing a special study with the manufacturer. Well, the manufacturers already have their study done. They wouldn't be offering it to somebody. Here, they have their own research facilities that they do these studies at. And so the study is how many hearing aids they can sell. It's not a real study.
Yeah. And so again, it's just down to people pushing a product that could be right for A, B, and C, but is not anywhere right for the rest of the alphabet people. But coming here to Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, you are going to find out exactly, if you have 100 different people walking through in a day, you're going to find the exact right, and some of them may not even need a hearing aid. And of course, you're never going to push that.
I do not do that. That's one thing that I pride myself in, is I am not a salesman. I take care of people, help them meet their needs, and take care of them, and do what we can that way. But I will not push or pressure anybody to purchase a hearing aid.
So even though you might be tempted, even though you get these in the mail like I do, don't be tempted, because ultimately it may not be at all what you personally need. Come on down to Cache Valley Hearing and see Dr. Daines, and he will find you exactly what you individually need. Thanks, Dr. Daines.
Thank you.
Bring back what you've been missing. Bring back Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology.
You have to love what you do in order to put yourself 100% into it. When I was in the hospital for several weeks, I always said to myself, while I am here, I can do what I want, and I want to do what I can.
He had an arteriovascular malformation. It was in the part of the brain that deals with vision. When we went to the hospital and they did a CAT scan, they immediately saw that it was quite serious.
It was very scary for a while. I couldn't see from the side. It seemed like I'd lost all my peripheral vision.
There's nothing worse than seeing your child sick in the hospital. There's nothing worse. But I think it really helped to define him. Because of this vision cut, he felt like he had blinders on. It gave him the drive and the desire to look more broadly in everything that he does.
Tennis really came about from that, because tennis was one of the few sports that I was cleared to play. I just hit hundreds and maybe even thousands of balls that summer. If you try your best, then no one can ever knock you for anything.
After each match, when he would lose, he'd get in the car and he'd say, "When's the next tournament?" He was less afraid to fail in other things he did, whether it was playing a new instrument or trying to launch this very ambitious fundraising campaign.
Sort of relates to the fire within, or the hunger, the desire to do something.
Patrick has that hunger within him, never be satisfied, to always keep striving for more.
All these kids have passion for something, and that's what they're really showing the world.
We're living now, so we need to make the most of it now.
Some people take it upon themselves to be great. Yeah. I think Patrick is one of those people. I don't think he's setting out, I want to be great. I think he's setting out, I want to be a good person. I want to make a difference.
Greatness has to do with how big of an impact you've had on the community and other people.
This guy, it can do anything out there.
Gauging my best is not actually possible, but just knowing that I can continually push myself and hopefully reach that best is what I'm trying to do.
Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhome is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.
Welcome back to Green Canyon. Eric Olson with you tonight as we're at halftime, just getting ready to start the third quarter. Green Canyon leads Bonneville 30-20 at the half. McKay Jorgensen paced all scores with 10 points. Bonneville was led by Jordan City with 7. Jerem Straight had 6, 2 apiece for Dixon, Tesh, and Burdett off the bench, and 1 point for Caleb Nielsen. We mentioned Jorgensen with 10, 9 for Carter Mon, 6 for Cade DeBoard, 5 for Cole DeBoard. Nobody else scored. Those 3 double-digit average scorers doing all the scoring for Green Canyon, and they lead by 10. DeBoard has his shot swatted out of there. Cade DeBoard gives to Carter Mon. Mon finds Jorgensen looking down low. He lobs in into Robinson. Robinson's under the bucket, goes around the other side and is fouled. He was in a tough spot under the bucket. He got bailed out on the foul by Nielsen. For Nielsen, his second foul. And Robinson will go to the line. He's 0 for 1 from the free throw line tonight. Yet to score. He's blocked a couple of shots. Been a presence in the middle at 6'6". Averages 5 points per game, and he gets his first one on the first free throw. And he hits both, and that matches the largest lead of the game for Green Canyon. They've still got their press on. Bonneville gets it across the timeline. Tesh has to put it back behind his head and kind of shoot it awkwardly as the defense was there. Robinson closed out on him. And it was a miss, and Green Canyon with a chance to go up 14 or even 15 with a three-pointer. Cade DeBoard working on Dixon. DeBoard, step back, won't go. Had that rocker dribble going. Mon gets in there, knocks it out of bounds. It's knocked out of his hands out of bounds by one of the Lakers. Green Canyon basketball with 6:56 to play in the third, and Green Canyon leading 32-20. They'll toss it inbounds underneath their own basket. Mon out for Jorgensen. Jorgensen spins right, finds the bucket. McKay Jorgensen with 12, right on his average for the evening. His average for the season is 12, and he's got 12 tonight. 34-20. Bonneville holds, looking for some offense. Only 20 points in that first half, 7 in the first quarter. Dixon, 3, won't go. Mon looking for the rebound, loses it out of bounds. And looks like it should be Green Canyon ball, and it is. I've got Green Canyon down with only 2 turnovers in this game. Extremely unofficial stats, but that's what I've got. Jorgensen bumps into Straight. Straight just picked up his third. stays in there. Robinson tries to back him down. Out front to DeBoard. As the DeBoard brothers play catch with it. Good defense by City. They set it up again. Bonneville known for their defense. Robinson down low, puts it off the glass, fights for his rebound, gets his own board, jump ball, and the possession arrow favors Bonneville. Green Canyon with that full court pressure. Tesh and Dixon work to bring it up. Good defense by the Wolves as Nilsson tried to get to the bucket. Got by one defender and another came over to help, and he had to get out of there. Down low they go to Straight. Straight ducks his shoulder to the left, or to the right, and sweeps in with a little hook. Straight with 8 points. 5 minutes to play in the third, 34-22, Green Canyon. Jorgensen, the leading scorer on the night, he's got a dozen. DeBoard steps back, misses, rebounded by Straight. City comes off the screen, pulls up from the angle and hits. Jordan City with 9. 34-24. Back to a 10-point Green Canyon lead after the Wolves had led by 14. Little mini run. DeBoard launches, misses it short. City quickly the other way, challenges DeBoard, and Cole DeBoard picks up the foul. That's the second for Cole DeBoard. Cade DeBoard averages 16 points. He's got 6 here tonight. 1 3-pointer. He averages 3.5 of those per game made. City hits the first, cuts the Green Canyon lead to single digits. Now another to bring Bonneville within 8, and he does it. 34-26. Green Canyon, 4 minutes to play in this third quarter, midway through the third quarter. Jorgensen all the way to the rim, and Straight's there to block it away. He tried to underhand scoop it past Straight. And Straight's 6'7", and he's got long arms. And the junior knocks it away. Lundeen into the ball game with the ball. Jorgensen against Dixon. Spins left, lay it up, won't go. He's going to the line. And Dixon picks up his second. Third team foul for Bonneville. Jorgensen's 3 for 3, now 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Looking for point number 14. And Coach Dan McClure wants a timeout after the made free throw. 36-26. Green Canyon was led right from the outset. Carter Mon took the opening tip. Robinson tapped it out to him, and he took off and went right to the rim, and it took Green Canyon all of about 3 seconds to take the lead, and they've never given it up. 14, their largest lead, and they now lead by 10. Bonneville takes on Fremont on the 27th, so next week is the next game for Bonneville, so they've got some time to rest after this one. As does Green Canyon. Next up for them, the Burley tournament on January 2nd, so the 2nd through the 4th. So they got a bit of a break before they play up in Burley And they open Region 11 play at Ridgeline on the 10th of January. Bonneville trails by 10. Nielsen with the ball. Tesh looks in. Can't get it into straight. So back out front, they set it up again. Double high post. Straight. Gives it back to City. City works on Jorgensen. City puts it up. Rims around and off. Rebounded by Lundin. Lundin sees an opening. Kicks it back out to Mon. DeBoard fakes the three. Out to Jorgensen. Long three. Why not? It's McKay Jorgensen's night. It's his world. We're all just paying rent. 17 for Jorgensen. 39-26. Green Canyon. Straight hands off to Dixon. City looking low to Straight. Gets it to him. Nice entry pass and Straight lays it in soft. Straight with 10. DeBoard firing up a three. Rims out. Rebounded by Straight. 39-28. Green Canyon. 2:15 to play in the third, and Bonneville trying to claw back into it. Nielsen misses, and Mon with the rebound. Wolves run. Mon kicks it back out to Jorgensen on the trail. Lundin spins and walks. Lundin spun, and the contact he thought he was going to get wasn't there, and he kind of hopped. Lundin brings a physical element off the bench for this Green Canyon team, which I think is actually good. He comes in and plays a little bit bigger than he is. He's gets his nose in there looking for rebounds. Straight works against Robinson. Blocked by Robinson. DeBoard tries to track it down, and we've got a jump ball situation, and that'll be Green Canyon basketball. So Robinson, I believe that's his third block of the night. I would like for one day just to see what it would be like to be 6'6". Which is what Robinson is. Lundin loses the handle, gets it back. Finds DeBoard. DeBoard can't handle a pass with a lot of mustard on him, and Robinson's there to save it. And now DeBoard has it in the corner. Lundin looks low to Robinson. Robinson spins left, left hand hook, good. Robinson putting in some work. 4 points here in the third. 41-28. Green Canyon, 1 minute to play in this third period. Dixon's left wide open for three. Won't go. Straight over DeBoard's back, and he knocks it out of bounds. And Alder will replace Jorgensen, who sits down with a pile of points. He's got 17. Now Bonneville with some pressure. As we're under a minute. Mon back to Alder. Lundin. Bounce pass to Robinson, loses the handle but gets it back. Mon out front. Down low. Robinson's in trouble. Leans back, scores. Caleb Robinson with 6 in the quarter, 6 for the game. 15-point lead for Green Canyon, their largest advantage. 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Dixon backs it out against Lundeen. He picks up the screen, works on Robinson, kicks it back. Here's City with 2 seconds. 1. Tesh fires, misses. Another big quarter for Green Canyon, and they've opened up a nice little lead to head to the fourth with 43-28. Green Canyon on the Game of the Week on the Valley Channel. Back at Green Canyon, Eric Olson here with you tonight as we head to the fourth. 43-28, Green Canyon outscoring Bonneville 13-8 in that third quarter. They've outscored Bonneville every quarter, 11-7, 19-13, and then 13-8. Talk about it all the time. Single-digit quarters will kill you in high school basketball. 1 isn't great, but you can overcome it. 2, and I don't have the actual number, the actual statistic, but I will bet that it will show 2 single-digit quarters in a high school basketball game means that you're mostly going to lose. And that's 2 single-digit quarters for Bonneville, and it's easy to say when they face a 15-point deficit. That's going to be awfully hard to overcome that in 8 minutes. They haven't shot particularly well tonight. Burdette gets free underneath. Nice job moving the ball around for Bonneville. And it's 43-30, Green Canyon. Here's a turnover. The 5th of the game for the Wolves. Dixon at the other end, up, under, in. Fancy schmancy. Oh, they heard me talking. Now they're going on a little mini run. 15-point leads down to 11 for Green Canyon. We've played 45 seconds. Jorgensen trying to get to the bucket. He's impeded. It looks like the foul is going to be on City, his second. And he's just picked up his third. Jorgensen went up to get it, and City too much contact. So City averaging 14 points a game. He's got 11 tonight, but that's his third foul. And that's the 5th team foul on Bonneville, only 1 on Green Canyon. Same play, this time Green Canyon turns it over. Back-to-back turnovers, or back-to-back possessions by Green Canyon. City in the middle. Fader goes. See if Coach McClure asks for a timeout. He's going to let him play through it as the 15-point lead is down to 9. They've been outscored 6-0 here in the early part of the fourth quarter. 43-34, Green Canyon. 6:40 to play in the ball game. Jorgensen has 17. Turns back from left to right, misses, rebounded by Lundeen as Robinson kept it alive. Lundeen underneath, working on City with 3 fouls. Now he kicks it back out. Jorgensen against Dixon. Jorgensen hasn't poked away. Another turnover. 3 turnovers in the quarter, 7 for the game for Green Canyon. They lead by 9, but a 6-0 run to start the fourth by Bonneville, and that one dribbles off the front of the iron. Would have cut it to 7. Green Canyon coach Dan McClure finally takes a timeout and said, all right, that's enough of letting you play through it. Let's talk about this thing. Kyle Bollinger, as that last layup attempt dribbled off the rim, he did half a hop and put his hands on his head like, oh, that was the one. Well, I talked early in our intro and early in the game about this being the last game of the week of the decade. Yeah, we'll get the 20s, the roaring 20s started right with a game on the 3rd of January at Ridgeline as Westlake comes into town to take on Ridgeline. The rest of our schedule for January will be at Logan as Mountain Crest takes on Logan on the 10th of January, at Mountain Crest as Bear River and Mountain Crest clash on the 17th. We'll see Mountain Crest again against Skyview. Skyview at Mountain Crest, one of the older rivalries in the Valley. And then on the 31st of January, Ridgeline at Green Canyon. A couple of games in February, then it'll be playoff time. 5:40 to play in the ball game, a 9-point Green Canyon lead. They led by 15 at the end of the 3rd. They haven't scored yet here in the 4th. Mon puts his shoulder down, goes to the rim, misses. Rebounded by Nielsen. So the drought continues for Green Canyon. Dixon looks down to Straight. Now gets a better passing angle, and Mon's doing a good job of trying to push Straight off of the spot. And so they have to restart the offense. Now Straight, high post, takes it against Mon. City around the screen, working on Jorgensen. City, pull up, miss it, rebounded by DeBoard. Cole DeBoard hands out to Cade DeBoard, and here's Mon on the other end. Mon. The corner to Smith, back to Jorgensen. Jorgensen to the rack, takes the contact. He'll go to the line. Are they going to say it was on the drive or on the bucket attempt? They're going to say it was on the drive. And Straight just picked up his 4th. Coach Bollinger with a decision to make, and he doesn't bring anybody in off his bench. He's not sending anybody to the scoring table. 4 fouls for Straight, the big man, with 4:45 to play in the game in a 9-point ball game. Green Canyon led by as many as 15. It's down to 9. Here's another near turnover. We've played almost half of the 4th quarter, and Green Canyon has yet to score. They've been outscored 6-0 in the first 3.5 minutes of the 4th. Mon into Jorgensen. They clear out for Jorgensen. Mon, long 3. Rims around and out, rebounded by Tesh. Tesh hands off to Dixon. Back to Tesh. Right side, he looks to drive on Jorgensen. Turns up and under, and 1 coming for Tesh. And a chance to cut it to a 6-point advantage for Green Canyon. Tesh with his first bucket since the 1st quarter. He's got 4 in the game. And his first free throw attempt coming up. He misses, but rebound tracked down by Nielsen. It's a 7-point lead for Green Canyon. They haven't scored in the 4th. They've been outscored 8-0. Bonneville with a chance to inch even closer. They look down to Straight on the low left block. He turns to his left, bullies his way in and misses. Rebounded by Mon. That was a tough shot. If Straight would have hit that, he would have earned it. DeBoard keeping him off the line. DeBoard's travels. He's moved his feet before he put it on the floor. 4 turnovers now for Green Canyon. They had 4 the entire game up until the 4th quarter. Now they've had 4 in the 4th. Robinson back in. Smith will sit. Smith, the sophomore, putting in some minutes tonight. Did not score. Picked up a couple of fouls, played some D. 7-point lead for Green Canyon. City misses, rebounded by Mon. Now Jorgensen holds. Oh, Tesh nearly comes up with it. Jorgensen, 3, yeah! Jorgensen with 20. And he stops the bleeding and makes it a 10-point advantage again with 3 minutes to play in the ball game. 46-36 Green Canyon. Dixon doesn't take the three, behind his back, throws it away. Seventh turnover for the Lakers. Both these teams have taken care of the ball pretty well. This fourth quarter has not been much of a clinic in ball security for Green Canyon, though. They've had 4 turnovers. Cade DeBoard tries to sneak back door, and Cole DeBoard throws it away. There's 5 turnovers in the quarter. Tesh tries to split the double team. He walked. Eighth turnover for Bonneville. 2:35 left in the ball game. It's a 10-point lead for Green Canyon. It was 15 at the break. Bonneville cut it down to 7. Had a chance to get it closer than that a couple of times, but couldn't do it. Jorgensen goes to the rack. He leads all scorers with 20. Straight denies him. And it's out of bounds off of Straight. Jorgensen looks down low to Mon, who's behind the backboard. Two minutes to play. Cade DeBoard has not had a great shooting night. He averages 16 points a game. He's got 6. Here's Cole DeBoard, 3. In and out. That did everything but fall through. That would have been the dagger. Tesh hands back to Dixon. In the corner, Nielsen. They close out on him, force him into trouble. Tesh back to Straight. Robinson blocks it, but he got part of Straight's arm. Robinson with the foul, his first, only the second team foul on Green Canyon. There's 1:29 left to go in this ball game. 46-36, Green Canyon. Straight with 2 free throws, misses the first. Straight has 10 points. Robinson will sit down and Alder comes back in. Ball handlers and free throw shooters. Straight misses them both. Mon, it's knocked out of bounds. That should be Bonneville ball. It is. Mon protests, but he's not right. Robinson will come back in, so offense, defense substitutions here. Robinson will come back in for defense. Dixon hands into Straight. Now Nielsen. Tesh back to Nielsen. Coming off the curl is City. His 3 is good. He's got 16. City with his second triple of the night. He's got 16 points. 9 here in the second half. It's back to a 7-point game. Green Canyon leading 46-39, and Bonneville takes a timeout. Green Canyon was running away with this thing, and then the fourth quarter started. Dan McClure's in his 3rd year. Green Canyon projected to be 2nd behind Skyview in the region this year. Coming off a good season, 18-6 last year. They were 1st in Region 12. They were 8-2, and they lost by 2 points to Payson in the quarters. Jorgensen, Mon, and Lundeen all part of that team. And now they are the engine that drives this team now. A couple other stats to share with you. We talked about Cade and Cole DeBoard. Cade DeBoard's 9th in 4A in scoring, only 6 points tonight. Carter Mon is tied for 6th in 4A in steals, 2 per ball game. So they lost some good players. But they still have some pretty darn good players here at Green Canyon. Our last game of the year is Green Canyon and Skyview. That could very well be for the region title. Still a lot of basketball to play. Region hasn't even started yet. Jorgensen across the timeline. DeBoard back to Jorgensen. To Alder, and now Mon holds it. 1 minute to play. And they finally foul. Coach Bollinger wanted a double dribble. And then he called for the foul. He wanted a double dribble out there on Mon, I believe. Instead, we're in the bonus. 1-1 coming for Alder. Alder's not on the board tonight. He goes to the line. Misses. There's a takeaway. And another foul for Bonneville. It'll be DeBoard shooting free throws this time. Cole DeBoard with 5. He hasn't scored here in the fourth. In fact, only 3 points in this fourth quarter for Green Canyon. That was the Jorgensen triple. But they still lead 46-39 with 50.7 seconds to play. Chance Red comes into the ball game and Bauer sits. DeBoard makes the first. Cole DeBoard was a big part of that Skyview team last year, title team. Now playing a few miles south here at Green Canyon. 48-39. City's bumped in a foul before the shot. The foul's on Jorgensen. His second. So it's been Jorgensen's night. He's got 20 points to lead all scorers. City with 16 for Bonneville. Inbounds play, nice play to Tesh, and he misses. And they have to foul Jorgensen. And Jorgensen with a chance to go put this ball game away. Put this game in their pocket, head into Christmas. Dancing sugar plums, etc., etc. Jorgensen's 5 of 5 from the line, and I jinxed him. And rebound by Alder. And there's Dixon with the foul on Cade DeBoard. Cade DeBoard with 6 points, averages 16 a game, only 6 tonight. None here in this second half as Lundin gets set to check in. DeBoard hits the free throw. DeBoard hits them both. Lundin comes in and DeBoard takes a seat. 50-39, Green Canyon's going to cruise to their 5th win of the season. They'll improve to 5-3. Bonneville will drop to 4-5. Here's a 3 on the way from Red, too hard, rebounded by Mon. With 15 seconds left, who's going to see if Bonneville was going to foul, and they do. An 11-point lead for the Wolves, and Cole DeBoard, who's 2 for 2 from the line, goes back there for 2 more. Only 1 field goal for Green Canyon here in this fourth quarter, but they had a 15-point lead to start the quarter. They watched it dwindle down, as that's the 5th foul for Nielsen. That lead got down to as many as low as 7. And Bonneville had the ball with a chance to get even closer, but they missed on successive possessions. And then Jorgensen hit a 3 that pushed it back out to 10. And for all intents and purposes, it was over after that. And They've gone 6 for 7 as Green Canyon down the stretch here from the free throw line. City leans in, misses. Fights for the rebound. DeBoard comes out with it with 3 seconds to play in the game, and Green Canyon is going to win. They're going to improve to 5-3 as they beat Bonneville 52-39 behind 20 points by McKay Jorgensen. We hope you enjoyed the game of the week on the Valley Channel. Happy holidays. We'll see you next year on the game of the week.
The Game of the Week on the Valley Channel is brought to you by Icon Health and Fitness, changing lives with fitness innovation. Wendy's of Cache Valley, it's way better than fast food, it's Wendy's. Mountain Star Cache Valley Hospital, together we're greater. New Smile Dental, experience dental care. Cache Valley Hearing and Audiology, bring back what you've been missing. Palmer Home Furnishings, our low overhead means higher quality at lower prices. Aspen Dental, get that gorgeous smile you've always wanted. KSM means music. Music is all we do. Four Seasons Apartments and Townhomes is your home. Anderson Seed and Garden, growing better gardeners. Factory Pizzeria, we're open late after the game. The Logo Shop, we logo stuff, all kinds of stuff. And the Valley Channel, Cache Valley's TV station for over 25 years.